What's going on? How y'all doing? I hope y'all been doing okay. I'm back with another message for y'all. Okay, I'm back with another message. I hope everything been okay. I hope y'all going into the new year. Well, I hope y'all new year is going pretty good. But the real ones, we know that the new year actually starts in March, right? But still, I like to use January the 1st. I still see it as a reset. Um, if you do, if you do, you don't, you don't. That's fine. But yeah. Anyway, the point is, I hope y'all been doing okay. But I wanted to come on here and let y'all know that you have you've gotten so better with keeping your distance. Everybody offended. By you getting so better at knowing how to keep your distance and knowing what's for you, knowing what's not for you. Oh, excuse me, I see a little hair sticking up. By you keeping your distance, everybody and their damn mama offended. Can you believe that? Can you believe that, family? You keeping your distance, it have folks offended right now. They pissed off, but why? But why? Because when you were around, when you were being nice, they took advantage. The appreciation was not shown when you were around people showing up for them. That appreciation wasn't shown to you. It wasn't shown. Folks had you feeling like you didn't matter in a way. They wanted you to come through for them, but the energy was never really returned. And now it's given that folks are really offended. You got folks looking for you. This the shit I don't get. I don't get all this wanting to look for you in the daytime with a flashlight, salting you out, searching you. What is the point? Because when you was around these people, they wasn't worried about you like that. They expected you to be there. They expected that kindness. They expected your ways and characteristics. They expected that out of you. They wasn't so much more trying to pour back into you. It wasn't so much more of, man, this person, let me show them how much I appreciate them. It's given that some of y'all were even stood up by so-called friends on y'all birthdays. You may have had something planned and people didn't really show. Like it's just really given, like when it came to you, people took their time. People gave excuses. Nobody really wanted to show up the same way you was giving that energy, the same way you was showing up. But now that you are doing oh so well by yourself, you may not be by yourself, but you get what I'm saying. Now that you didn't stop pouring out their energy into people who was not, reciprocating it, they're looking for you. They're wondering about you. They want to talk to you, and I don't understand why. And I'm pretty sure you don't get why either, because you passed it already. It's like y'all were a little bit too late. When family collective was showing up, you didn't have this energy. It was, some of these people, you had them on their little high horse. They were so good up in your energy, child, they thought it was theirs. Your energy is so rare and just so next level, to where it's that these people thought it was them. And when you really cause your energy back, when you really start standing to yourself, because understand, you may not always say out your mouth, I'll call all my energy back to me. Simply just being in your own energy and tending to yourself will call it back. So some of these folks got the rug pulled from under them because they were out here operating still from your energy, thinking it was theirs. And now the rug then got pulled from under them. They looking for you now. Some of these people may do miss you, but it's given some folks just want what came with you. They want that good understanding, how you are such an understanding person. It's like, I just know you are so understanding. You are not judgmental. Like, you are just, man, your heart is just so freaking pure. And these people, they want access to that. They want access to that. I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, but you may have been the one who, I'm not going to say you took their bullshit, but you're just not the type to really judge. So they felt like they can kind of operate in whatever kind of way that they wanted to around you, while not considering you as well, while not really respecting you as a person as well. So now it's given that they seeing all that. You got some of these folks wanting to change their ways. Like, you are so powerful. You got folks wanting to change their ways just from you standing away from them. Like, you the goat, baby. You are goated. You goated. You don't ever doubt yourself. Don't ever feel like you not that. You may have people who really didn't show up for you, who really didn't pour into you the way that they should have. But if you were not that, if you wasn't so big and you wasn't this, great person, why is it that they're missing you now? What is that about? Some of these folks probably made it seem like they can do better without you, and yet here they are wondering about you. It's not really given that folks move on from you easily because you're real. You show them something that they never seen before. You make them feel in ways that they just feel like they can really just be themselves, like they don't have to wear a mask or whatever the case may be. And since you operate this way, it gets people so comfortable to where they start feeling like it's their energy, and they can just, you make these people feel like they can just take on the world. And that's a good thing. That's a great thing. But some of these people want access back to you, not for the right reasons, because if they did, why are they offended that you're doing your own thing? Like, how is it that you doing your own thing, focusing on yourself, exercising your free will, how is it that it is offending these people? That's just absurd to me. That's control. If you really truly care about somebody and you want to see them do good, you wouldn't turn your nose up, or you wouldn't feel any type of way about what it is that they're doing for their livelihood. Whether you went back to school, whether you got a new job, you changed careers, you got into a relationship, you moved, whatever the case may be, you could have just got a pet. Who cares? Whatever it is that you decide to do, why is it offending them? Some of these, some of y'all, when y'all were around these people, you could kind of sense like the hateration in a way. Like, you would probably tell them some good news, or you would say something that you wanted to do, and they're just, they would just be real dry with it. And these are the same people now, who's sitting back and looking and want to talk to you. But it's like, for what? For what? When you were around me, you didn't really, it's like it hurt some of these people to give you your flowers. It's like it really hurts them to give you your credit. Like, that's crazy. And you got fed up because you shouldn't have to be around, as pure as your heart is, you shouldn't have to be around anybody who it's going to hurt to give you credit, who it's going to hurt to pour back into you. It doesn't work that way. And now you've been pulled the rug from under that ass by calling your energy back. Like I said, this could happen unintentionally. For some of y'all, this could have been, intentionally. You may be practicing some spiritual practices, but they all are offended now because you poured your energy back and you are focusing on what you want to do. And it's given also that some of these people are just really mad because they know that they're going to get replaced. Like, they know that you are a good person and they don't want to lose that supply, baby. I'm telling you, it's all about your energy. It's all about your energy. Yes, people will most for certainly be around you and don't really like you, but they love that energy. Being in your energy, it just makes them feel like they can just really just take on the world. Some of these people have probably got promotions off your energy, new jobs. You done probably help these people. You done probably help so many people. It's your energy. And now they feel like you selfish for just, they feel like you selfish for keeping your own energy to yourself. That's what you should do. Because you have noticed, right, that when you do that, things work out for you. When you keep all your energy to yourself and you pour into yourself, things can't go wrong for you. It can't, because you're pouring into yourself. You're doing what you have to do. How can you go wrong from pouring into yourself? You can't. That's the trick. Some of these people don't want you to pour into yourself. They want you to pour into them. And that's why some of them offended, because you stopped helping them, you stopped showing up. See, they was all good, and it was all good in the hood. It was cool when you was pouring into them. It was cool when you was endlessly showing up for them and endlessly giving to them and all about them. But the minute you pour into yourself, it's a problem. And that's how you know who's for you and who's not for you. If they take offense to you falling back, for all people know, and this is what I don't understand about people getting upset with other people, grown people have shit to do. You know, you don't really know what's going on with a person unless you ask. This person could be in a house going through a major crisis. You wouldn't know unless you ask. Some of these people, they didn't ask. They just, but you know why they didn't ask? They didn't ask because they knew that they weren't giving you anything. They were not showing up on their end. Whether this be a friendship, relationship, whatever. They weren't showing up. They were not showing up. So of course they're not gonna ask how you, they know what it is already. And when people know what it is already, they get defensive. They get defensive and they feel like they gotta defend themselves because they know they're in the wrong. But the crazy part about it is you ain't even doing all that. You're not trying to prove somebody wrong and tell them off and tell them why you don't want to be. You ain't doing none of that crazy shit. You just literally tending to yourself. You're tending your garden. You're doing what you have to do to focus on yourself. You have definitely wasted a lot of time. It's given that you really on this road now because you have wasted years of helping people, of just trying to be a good person, and that's not a bad thing. But you definitely learned. You learned that you can't be that way. You got to pour into yourself first. And it's pissing some people off that you went back, and I'm not going to say you went back into your cage, but you just doing what you got to do to better yourself. They don't know nothing about that. They wouldn't know nothing about that. And this is why I say don't take offense to how other people take offense. If you take offense to something I'm doing, hey, that's you. Your free will. Do you. I know what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to take offense to anyone exercising their free will as long as they're not hurting me or whatever the case may be. I don't care. But it's hurting them and they're taking offense to it because you're pouring into yourself now. They don't like that. They don't like that. Let's rub them the wrong way. Some of these folks feel like you're going to forget about them. If you do start pointing to yourself, you will eventually forget about them and maybe get a new friend or something. But it's like if you were not already showing up, well, I mean, duh. That's bound to happen if you weren't showing up and I'm just steady helping your ass out and being a listening ear and steady listening to your same shit over and over again. Who wouldn't get tired of that? So yes, you are forcing growth on some of these people. Don't get me wrong. You are. It's not all bad. You are for certainly forcing growth on some of these people by them just watching you, how you handle things and how you move on and how you operate. You are literally teaching people by just doing you. I can't make this up. But don't the people who are getting offended, and don't pay them no mind. Them just the people who want to drain your energy and want you around them for their own, usefulness or whatever they need. It's giving user energy. You were definitely around some users. Energy vampires for sure. But you know this though. You know this. You had the England when you was around these folks. Like I gotta get from around you. Anytime you find yourself constantly getting frustrated with the same person, that's a clear sign that you don't need to be around them. And you took that sign and you got the hell on. You got some folks upset right now. They offended. Not more so upset. It's given offended, shocked. They just thinking this shit is about them, and it's not about them. They just thinking it's about them. They may be thinking you upset with them. And that's a real joke in itself because you're not giving that you're mad at all. I don't feel that. It don't give you sitting back upset mad. Hell no, it's giving that you didn't jump to a new timeline possibly and you got the same folks on this old timeline still upset with you because they have not yet progressed. That's what it's given. So Yes, expect maybe some phone calls. Expect maybe a text. Here, you probably got somebody try to reach out to you already. I said this in my last video. Expect some people to come hitting you back up, baby. It's the new year. And folks is feeling like, can I really go a whole nother year without talking to you, without hearing from you? It's really effing some of these people up. Like, you would think the way people treated you when you were around, you would think they wouldn't care and they just live in that. Oh no, baby, they care. And see, this is why you don't play with people like toys. If you care about somebody, show them. Show up. Do what you need to do. Because once that person decides to quit rocking with you and leave you alone, it's going to be too late to show anything to them. And that's where you at with it. You at, like, you've had your days where you were offended, where you maybe were upset. You were, and you did. I know for a fact that you did try to talk some things out with some of these people, and it went right over their head. Usually people, you make them learn. I'm not going to say you make them learn, but they usually will learn just by your actions. The same way you teaching folks and you inspiring folks to grow right now, just by changing up your actions and changing up your ways and how you move. It's literally the same thing, how you can piss people off. It's gonna go either way. You're gonna either inspire some folks or you're gonna get some folks mad and upset. And right now it's giving both, but more so it's inspiring. I will say that. Yes, you got a few apples that's upset, that want to argue with you, that feel like you have completely forgot about them. It's just selfishness and obsessiveness for sure. And do you, once you see that it's not, you don't miss me for the right reason, it's like, do I really want to deal now at this point? Because you don't even really like me. Like I said, some of these folks just want your energy. I'm telling you, people operate like that. It's not about you, it's about what you bring. So of course they can't treat you good. They don't really care about you. They just want to be near you. They just want access to that energy. That's really all it is. But you got folks offended. So usually, like they say, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping, whatever the case may be, obviously you're doing something right. This is how I transmute. This is how I take all that hate and I turn it into something good. Because if I'm making you upset, that means I'm doing something great for myself. And that's all you have to, that's all you got to do. That's how you got to look at it. But that was all. I hope y'all enjoyed my video. If you like it, press that thumbs up. Subscribe to your girl channel, okay? And I'll catch y'all in the next video.